Hey guys, and welcome to Marksmanship Hunter 3-minute basic tips. In the background you can see some information like your optimal builds and other goodies. Feel free to pause and read through at will. So the gameplay in Marksman is all going to be about focus management and your vulnerable debuff windows that are created from Hunter's Mark, applied from a random proc from auto attacks, marking targets. When used, allows you to use Markshot, that applies vulnerable, that increases your aim shot damage and the only time that you preferably want to use them. So your rotation is going to function in a very cyclic way. First, you would use Wind Burst to apply vulnerable, just use it when available and needed. You would follow that with aim shots, typically would be 2, but it's gonna depend on your character and situation. There's this weak aura that I'm gonna post in the description that will tell you how many you'll be able to fit during its given time. Once out of focus and vulnerable goes down, you would do 2 arcane shots to build focus back up to around 70. Follow that by a mark shot for vulnerable again, another arcane for more focus to go for aim shots once more, and just repeat this process. Mark shots are solely there for vulnerable windows, and you only want to use them above 70 focus. The same follows for Wind Burst, but here you can use it above 50 focus, followed by 2 arcane shots before going for aim shots. Aim shots are only to be cast with vulnerable, and at least above 80 focus, to make the most as you possibly can out of one single vulnerable window. If you're nearing 100 focus and just applied vulnerable, skip the arcane shot step and go straight for aim shots with vulnerable. As for True Shot and your crows, just use them after your Wind Burst during your opener. True Shot will allow for more aim shots, just like Bloodlust, and used when available, but only when you are about to use those said aim shots. As for crows, use when available, preferably in between your vulnerable windows. If near 25% HP, delay until then to stack your bullseye passive easily, increasing your crit. Remember to stack both of your cooldowns as well. If vulnerable is not available, use arcane shots until 105 focus, and use aim shots anyway. Avoid overcapping focus at all times. In AoE, some priorities will change. Arcane shots will be switched to multi-shot on 2 mobs or higher. It applies the mark on all targets' heads if you have the proc, meaning you can spam mark shots whenever available for AoE. When vulnerable is up and mark shot is not usable, use aim shots anyway for trick shot, cleave, or lock and load procs. If both are down, just spam multi-shot. As for explosive shot and piercing shot, use them when available, but only when all mobs are stacked for maximum damage, and piercing shot with vulnerable and with 100 focus. And that covers it all. If you're looking for a more comprehensive guide, click right here. This was Selwen with 3-minute tips on marksmanship. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.